Hi, my friends. It's your tour guide to the sci-fi side, me, Preston E. And don't worry about that bulge in my pocket. It's just my wallet. But I'm also excited to be bringing you, yes you, Mystery Science Theater Double Dirty Dozen, also known as Mystery Science Theater Volume 24. And I'm also excited to be auditioning yet another co-host in my long, never-ending quest to find a co-host for these videos. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming excitement. Hola, mi amigos and amigas, I am Excitement, wrestling's primo numero uno announcer. And this is Wrestling Poopy, when we take a deep dive into the decay of the annals of professional wrestling. On to the movie. Up first, we have Fugitive Alien from Season 3. Before that, though, we have the Invention Exchange. Joe gives us a chair/xylophone, and TV's Frank gives us eye, ear, nose, and throat droppers. I hear and smell and taste a bad movie coming up. See and hear what I did there? Ken, a.k.a. Star Wolf, joins the crew of Bacchus 3. Love it. Ken is sick of the douchebaggery of his people and says, "See ya, suckers." Ken tries to earn the trust of the people of Bacchus 3. Oh, Magoo, you done it again. He does this by going on missions with them. Fugitive Alien is a cobbled-together bunch of scenes from a 1978 TV series called Star Wolf, and lovingly served to us from the torturous kitchen of Sandy Frank for a 2 out of 5 SOL Bones. By the by, did I mention Mike J. Nelson is on this episode as Jack Perkins? I didn't? Well, remind me to later, and I will, won't you? Up next, we have Fugitive Alien back one more again, since you couldn't get enough of that funky stuff from the first time with Star Force Fugitive Alien 2 from Season 3. Want some invention exchanges? Sure you do. The Mads have big noses. Joel has a big head. That sounded naughty. Tee-hee. Now on to the movie. Sandy Frank is back, and we're all going to be in trouble, hey nah, because he is taking more ingredients from more 1978 Star Wolf and mixing it together to give us Star Force Fugitive Alien 2. And the 2 is most apropos in this title. Ken is back in action as he continues on Batches, or is that Jim Backus' 3-hour tour to fight douchebag aliens. Fugitive Alien 2 drops a big number 2 out of 5 SOL Bones. Up next, we have The Sword and the Dragon from Season 6. Or as she said, my sword was a dragon. Tee-hee. Once upon a time, a happy kingdom is bombed out when their buzz is harsh by a tribe of buzzkillers known as Tugars, led by a most unexcellent dickweed called Callan. A farmer stands up and says no more. This farmer's name is Ilya, or maybe that's Aya, as in Hi-ya! And with his magic sword, he goes Hi-ya! And goes on the quest to Martin Yen, the forces of evil, including Callan, a flying 3-headed fire-breathing dragon, and a wind demon that blows harder than a politician. And that says something. Bridget Jones and Mary Jo Pell show up for this episode, and Kevin Murphy plays the farmer of Fighting Fury known as Ilya, or is that Hi-ya! In the host segments. This movie gives you a lot of fun and bizarre visuals to blow away the hours for a 3 out of 5 SOL Bones. Hi-ya! Oh, okay, so apparently I've been pronouncing his name wrong. It's Ilya. Okay, so your name's Ilya. That don't impress me much. Okay, I'll admit that was pretty impressive. And finally, we have Samson versus the Vampire Women as the last episode of Season 6. Samson versus the Vampire Women is one trippy movie full of hilarity. It is a Mexican horror/wrestling film from 1962 starring luchador sensation Santo as Samson. A coven full of vampiric women awaken from a deep sleep after 200 years. Beauty sleep? Nuh-uh, I don't think so. The vampire women target a 21-year-old named Diana who has been marked by prophecy and a mark on her shoulder shaped like a bat to help them preserve their beauty. Boy, you get a tattoo after a drunken El Cinco de Mayo festival, and everyone thinks you're part of a centuries-old vampiric sacrifice. Get that thing laser removed already. Diana has no need to fear because Samson, the masked luchador wrestler, is here to protect her from being a bunch of old bats, human Slurpee. This episode is a trip and a ton of fun visually and storyline-wise on its own, and the risks make the viewing all the more fun. Where else are you going to get a masked wrestler doing battle with a bunch of old bat vampire women? This episode is also quite a significant one in MST3K history as it marks the final regular appearance of Frank Corniff as TV's Frank as he is jettisoned up to second banana heaven by Torgo the White, played by Mike J. Nelson. Frank would return for a special guest appearance later in Season 10's Soul Taker. This episode was fittingly enough chosen as Frank Corniff's final regular episode as TV's Frank because Frank Corniff loves masked wrestler movies. This episode also gives you the touchingly hilarious song, Who Will I Kill by Dr. Forrester. This is a landmark episode in MST3K history that hits all the right comedic notes for a rare 5 out of 5 SOL Bones. Who will I kill? Hey, that Samson guy is pretty good looking. Mystery Science Theater 3000 Volume 24 gets a 12 out of 20 SOL Bones. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, sub, and share. I've been Preston E. Garrison, and I'm out of here. Could you push the button, Frank? Watch me rock.